Hi, hi. I know I get later and later and later. Hello. I see somebody's here to chat. Hi, hi. Oh, yeah, no, just last night I had planned to be here, but I was doing some work on the computer and I fell asleep. And I woke up in time, but I was kind of groggy, but it was just barely in time. And I said, I'm not going to do this because I just was really, really tired. Hi, Cheryl. Yeah, I'm here. I actually would have been on a little bit earlier, except for a couple of things. One of them is I'm getting really hooked on some TV shows again. Yeah, after a fashion, I am, Sandra. I really believe I'm at the start. I'm pretty sure I'm at the start of a urinary tract infection, and I almost never get those, so I'm late. Exactly. Exactly. I feel less than terrific. Hi, Ange. Hi, Rita. Good to see everybody. Yeah, I do apologize, but as I say, I just fell asleep. I was so tired and trying to get things done. Yesterday was the first day I really got out of the house on my own steam since I fell down the stairs. So it was a full week on Friday, and yesterday being Saturday. Hi, Valley. Oh, I'm glad you did say hi. Yeah, not fun, for sure. I'll find it for you, Cheryl. I'll find it for you, and I've got a couple of. As a matter of fact, I have a wig video that should be coming out probably in the morning. I filmed it today. I was in the process of editing it when I started to get ready for this. But I am watching some television. Yeah, I know. I meant to get, if I had gotten cranberry juice yesterday, I might have been okay, but I'm pretty sure I know what happened. So as I say, I very, very rarely get it. And I just hate me on antibiotics. I don't do well on antibiotics. They make me feel really sick. So anytime I can avoid it, I want to. And I'm trying to drink as much water as I can, but I don't think that's helping at all. Did you? So not fun. I had forgotten what it felt like. I have a couple of friends who get them all the time, but I have had them maybe three times in my life. So I'm not, but you never forget that feeling. So it is what it is. Probiotics with the antibiotics. That's right. Come to think of it, they did give me probiotics in the hospital. So I have to ask about that. It's a good thing you mentioned it. I will ask about it. And I have to see, I don't even know which drug I'll need to take. I do recall something about it depending upon whether or not it was gram negative. So I don't know if that's the case, but that seems to be an old memory that I have. So I'll have to check with the doctor tomorrow. But I got out of the house yesterday. I had to get dog food because they had literally enough food for breakfast this morning and not for their evening meal. So I had to do that, and I picked up a couple of cans of food with it. Very hard for me to get the stuff in the house because carrying a 15-pound bag, it's hard. Carrying the auxiliary stuff. I'll call the doctor in the morning. I'll call in the morning and I will get a prescription, I'm sure. I would love to take whatever is the lowest dose that might work because, as I say, I don't do well with antibiotics. You were put on the wrong drug. Yeah, they needed to culture it. So then, of course, if they culture it, it takes a few days, doesn't it? I think so. I know, lots of water. So that's what I'm trying to do. Of course, I was drinking my flavored water, and I think I need the regular water for this. Yeah, and I kind of figured if that were the case, I would ask if I could just go to a local lab and have them do amoxicillin. What is azo? I don't know what azo is. Oh, it's like if I don't trade one thing for another, it's like this never-ending process with me. It just goes from one area to another. But I did make it through yesterday. I got there and I actually went into CVS. Also made the mistake at CVS of buying 8 bottles of the water. But then when it came to getting them upstairs, that was an interesting an interesting little game that I played. Oh, it's like, oh, it masks it. Oh, um, yeah. I'll get cranberry juice anyway in the morning and see if that helps. So I might as well do that as well. But oh, not fun. So when I went to um, CVS, I picked up the water. Sadly for me, they also had the Lindt chocolate bars with the hazelnuts. I've been so good up to today. It's taken in hand with an antibiotic. Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. But it's so frustrating. Yeah, I don't know. I thought maybe I'd try to take a little extra vitamin C tonight because it helps the body to kind of fight whatever is going on. So I can give it a try. I don't think it can hurt me, and I'll just keep drinking my water. I mean, I drank a whole bottle of that flavored water, 33.8 ounces. For me, that's a lot of water at one time. Caniston? Yeah, I don't know what that is either. It's so frustrating. Oh, interesting. Well, in the morning, I'll call the doctor's office, and if she lets me, I don't want to have to go to her office. That's going to be a pain. But if I can just go into the local lab and have them do um, I don't want to go to the urgent care either because I know they charge a fortune. So I don't want the insurance to get charged crazy money for whatever. If I can just go to a lab and have them do a urinalysis and see where it goes from there. So, oh, I just don't need this. Yeah, I just don't need this. It's not fun. Lint the hazelnuts, yeah, it's really good. They also happen to have, yeah, Harita. They also happen to have those Atkins bars, but in the stores they only have the 5 pack. I really need to get it on Amazon because they have the value pack, I think they call it. It's 8 bars, and it's the same price for 8 bars as it is for 5 at the local places. So I definitely want to do that. I really like that a lot. And most of the time, it's been serving me well. I must say, though, I was incredibly bad today. They have a test kit you can buy. Really? Really? Son of a gun. Oh, do we know what it's called? Just a test kit for to see if I have a UTI? You sort of know that your body sort of knows, though, that feeling. I started to get it yesterday, but it was only a tiny, tiny bit. I do. The test kit. You mean my insurance won't pay for the test kit? Oh, I never thought of that. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to deal with any of that nitty gritty stuff now. Gotcha. Are those test kits expensive? Although I think if I go to a lab, I'll have to pay for that also, won't I? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll call the doctor's office in the morning and see what the story is, and we'll kind of check it out from there. Oh, I do know. The question is, though, what kind is it? So they'll know what drug to prescribe for it. I know, but they charge a fortune. Urgent care charges a fortune. It's crazy. I remember going to urgent care years ago with something, yeah, the burning, you got it. Yeah, it was only a tiny little bit yesterday, like, is it or isn't it? And today, you don't. Don't forget, Sandy, I've had a lot this year, though, the past year. Oh, it's called UTI? Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll check tomorrow morning. I'll call the pharmacy first and ask about it. And then if I can just go in and do that and do the test. I just don't need it. It's like I don't need that this extra little bit. I really don't. It's not. I've had enough going on. I finally felt not the way I felt before I fell down the stairs, but better enough to function on some level. Oh, it's going to take 2 days to culture. So what's the point then of doing it? So I'm sure they're not going to have me wait 2 days to take something. Don't drink vitamin C. I know cranberry works. Unfortunately, I meant to get it yesterday and I forgot. And I'll have to get it in the morning. So if I go out and get cranberry juice first thing in the morning and start drinking it, then again, I don't know. It's just not fun. I don't even have much of that stuff to drink. As I say, this is not something that I get with any frequency. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll see what they tell me. I'm just not going to get myself. Listen, I've had a really rotten many months, but certainly the past week has been scary. And I don't want to worry. I cannot worry every minute of every day. It is not good for me. So I really need to not worry for a little bit, even if it's foolish to not worry. I just can't do it. I can't live under this constant state of tension anymore. Can't do it. So that is my story, folks. Do they not have anything on the shelf? I'm sure they have something for oh, because they gave you the wrong one. Yeah. What do they typically give for that? What kind of drug? Cloudy. Uh, yeah. Bactrim. Yeah. Isn't Bactrim the one that, or Bactrin the one that they give for gram negative? Oh, that's a nice idea. If I took cranberry juice with Sprite, would that have a bad? It's a surfer type drug? What the hell is a surfer type drug? I don't have a clue. What is that? No, my back doesn't hurt. Sulfa. Yeah, I used to take sulfa drugs when I was young and it didn't bother me at all. Oh, sulfa. Oh, that's what you meant? Sulfa? Oh, son of a gun. Never would have gotten that one. Did you? Yeah, it's definitely not fun. My mother used to get it. The cranberry juice, I love the idea of it with Sprite. I really love that. Then it'll taste good. Then maybe I can have a couple of So how much of the cranberry juice to how much of the soda would you typically do? You drink cranberry every day? Okay. I actually don't have any yogurt because I used to buy yogurt, but since I've been getting the Meals on Wheels, I really haven't been going and buying any kind of normal stuff. I really should have that in the house. I know it has sugar. Sprite is good. So would you mix like half juice and half Sprite? Mm, yeah, I don't know. I have to see what they decide to do. But again, I'm just hoping that whatever it is something. I know. I know some people have only had to take something for 3 days or 5 days. Yeah, I know that happens sometimes when it gets acute, but I think mine is just at the starting stages of it. But I knew the minute, and it was like, wait a minute, it's been a long time, but it's kind of like childbirth, you know? Sounds terrible, but you get plain. Oh, Z-Pack is short term. Oh, um, how much of the cranberry juice to how much of the Sprite is what I had asked, or sparkling water. So if I had it with my flavored water, but then again, my flavored water has all different kind of flavors. So I think I like the idea of it with the Sprite. It helps. Okay. Yeah, I definitely will do it. The style on my head tonight is the Gabor Sweet Talk, and it's one of my favorites. I absolutely love this wig. I really do. And the funny thing is, when I got it, the day that I got it, I hated it because typically Sweet Talk is very much more unstructured, and mine came in very structured. And I thought, oh my God, this is not what I expected, but it turns out to be one of my favorites. And it needs a washing again, but it washed well, it's wearing well. I'm really happy with it. I'm really extremely pleased with it, actually. So I have to get a pee test. Well, I'm not doing, clearly, yeah, I'll see what happens in the morning. I'll see how bad it is. Yeah, all I can do is I can make believe for myself just to try to not look the way I feel because I don't, the funny thing is I don't feel sick yet. I really don't feel sick. I just, I feel that pressure and that feeling. You watched La La Land? It was good? Oh, yeah. There are a whole bunch of things that I would like to watch, but I've been getting hooked. I have to tell you, they've had a number of the episodes of Shark Tank on past few days, and I've been watching that. Keep cool. Shall I put a fan on it? Um, so, or as Marilyn Monroe did, stand over a grate and have the wind blow. Um, or I could take one of those Oriental fans and just fan myself. Yeah, I know exactly what happened. It's a long story. It really is a long story, but I will just tell you it has to do with running out of toilet paper. So that created an issue. So yesterday when I was in CVS, I bought 2 packages of toilet paper. Exactly. Never a dull moment. Nope. My mother used to suffer from bladder infections a lot. She had a tipped bladder, and she really would have a problem with it. So it was, yeah, I used to see her in a lot of discomfort. But thank God it's not been a major thing for me. So I would like this to go away. That would be a very nice thing. It really would. I don't know. It is what it is. It just is what it is. And I'm going to have to get over it one way or t'other, as they say in the trade. So, oh, listen, I've dealt with worse, right? I definitely have. So tonight I got hooked on, what is that thing, Deal or No Deal? Watching them go for the cases. No, I'm not going out tonight. I'm really not going out tonight. Yeah. Could I? Half a cup of water every 30 minutes? Oh, okay. Half a cup of water every 30 minutes sounds doable. Yeah, I mean, what's 4 ounces, right? You can do that. I managed to drink 33.8 ounces of that flavored water while I was sitting watching television. So if I could only do that with regular water, it's just hard for me. I am going to try the water and I'll squirt some lemon in it and see if that makes a difference or something. I really should get the Crystal Light to throw a little bit of that in, or maybe squeeze a little bit of an orange in there or something. I don't know. I just can't stand plain water. I just can't stand the taste of it. So I don't know, but it's kind of depressing a little bit. But it was good to get out. I wound up getting myself a piece of pizza on my way back from the stores yesterday. I want an IV of it. Yeah, yeah. So, not with ice. No, you don't have to worry about that. I don't have any ice in the house, except what my neighbor brought me that is in the freezer for my foot. Oh, good. It's 99.9% water. Good. Because that's what I'm drinking. I bought 9 bottles of it, so I polished off one of them. And I was so upset when I was carrying it home yesterday. I told them to pack it no more than 2 in a bag. They use those plastic bags. And I have 12 steps in front of my house. So I put it on the steps and I was moving the bags one step at a time, holding onto my cane, holding onto the railing, and inching them up the stairs. When I got to 2 steps from the top, one of the things rolled all the way down to the bottom landing. I stood there and I looked at it and I said, oh, please don't let this happen. And I was going to leave it there. And then I said, I'm going to get it. And I went down and got it. It had kind of leaked a little bit, but it still was closed, the thing. So I brought it back upstairs and I still have 8 of the water things left. So I hope that whatever they do put in it is not anything that can make it worse. But it does get me to drink water. It really does. I like the gold emblem. I had to laugh. There is a 5 cent, what do you call it, refund if you return the bottles because they want you to recycle. So I said to the guys yesterday when he packed it, I've never, ever, hi Kathy, I've never, ever seen anybody at CVS bringing in bottles. So I said to him, I know. So I said to him, what do you do with the empties? I said, because you charge the 5 cents deposit. I said, so what happens? He said, well, I think we just take them back, but we don't give you any money, or you can bring them to King Cullen, which is a supermarket. And I said, wait a minute. I said, that doesn't make sense. I said, I think it's illegal for you to take 5 cents a bottle from me and then tell me that you won't refund it to me if I bring back the bottles. I don't think that works. So somebody he worked with said, no, it wasn't true, that if you bring back the bottles, that they do refund the money. And it was like, well, you better. Yeah, I mean, you can't collect something that you're not then going to refund if you're saying that the reason you're collecting it is to make sure that I bring it back. So, in any case, but it means carrying it back to the store. And right now, nothing is easy for me. It really is, nothing is easy. I had to wash my kitchen floor, and I did it when I let the dogs out, so I had to sweep it first. And then I wash it in small sections because I just can't do it. And with my leg hurting the way it's been hurting since I fell down the stairs, we're in trouble. Um, so, yes, absolutely. The supermarkets do, but I don't think CVS has anything like that. I have never seen it there. So I'm not sure how it works. I didn't use a well, I used, oh, that's funny. That's funny. Um, no, I use, those, they're hoping you won't bother. Exactly. I'm using that, what do you call the Swiffer? Wet jet? Because it's the easiest way for me to do the floor at this point. It's just something I could never do it with a mop at this point. And I do have a steamer upstairs, but I can't do that either. Oh, Kathy, how nice. That's really nice. I am really happy to hear that. That's a nice thing. Yeah, I heard from another one of the guys. Exactly. Exactly. I remember that when I was a young girl, really young, and we used to go away for the summer to the beach. And I would collect bottles in the sand, if you walk along and see if anybody left them on the beach. And then whatever we got back in bottle money, we used to play the arcade games on the boardwalk. So it was really a lot of fun. Oh, that's nice. Uh-oh, that's what he wrote? Oh my God. There is something decidedly wrong with them. There really is some. It's like this one guy wrote to me and he made me his favorite. So he wrote to me and he said, not that it should be necessary to say this, he said, but I'm looking for a romantic relationship. And I wanted to say, translate that to sex. He said, I'm not looking for a pen pal and I'm not looking for somebody to whatever. You don't hear dogs in my house. Oh, here we go. So, you know, I said, I didn't, there was a homeless guy. That's funny. That's really funny. And then drive away in a Mercedes, in a BMW Mercedes. Yeah. Um, yeah, he had said, so he said all of that. And then I think he calls himself something like, let's have fun or something. And it's like, that says it all. I don't have to explore this any further. That is not what I'm looking for. If anything at all, and I question myself more and more every day, But if anything at all, I'm looking for a relationship with a real, live human being who is of at least moderate intelligence, has a sense of humor, hopefully. Yeah, it's interesting. What can I say? I'm not as popular as I once was on the site, though, obviously. I know. Oh, no, I believe it, Kathy. It's just that kind of stuff makes me crazy. The guy who was contacting me constantly, the young one, after he sent me his towel picture, and after I spoke to him on the phone, he said to me, "What did you think of my pictures?" And I said, "I thought if he drops the towel, he's dead meat." So we don't play games here. Go play games somewhere else. I know. I know. I think what it does, I don't know. Does it take them back to their youth? Yeah. So after that, I never heard from him again. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. It's just. I mean, this guy really thought that by sending. Hold on a second. Oh God. I cannot. Oops. I think I accidentally hid the wrong person. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Bear with me. I think I accidentally. Okay. I think I accidentally got the wrong person off here. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think I did something wrong. Oh well, sorry about that. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, because I didn't see what was written, so I just wanted to make sure that we took care of that. Oh, okay. All right, good. Then I feel better about it. So, yeah, I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Maybe he thought that I would be panting for him. Oh, okay. Okay, good to know. But that was the end of that. So I think he thought he was going to thrill the hell out of me, really excite me to be able to be with a younger man. Ooh, lucky moi. I also find it really interesting when these guys write to you. Yeah. Um, when these guys write to you, and if you don't answer them fast enough or they don't like, you don't, yeah. I actually know a number of people who did extremely well on the sites and have either married the people or are in long term, very real, significant relationships. So it's worked out very well for a number of people that I know, but I suspect it's not in the cards for me. I want to find somebody like the guy who volunteers to bring me my food on Fridays. He's such a sweetheart. He really is. That's what I want. a nice, sweet, real person who actually gives a damn. Wouldn't that be nice? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe one of these days, or maybe not. Maybe it's just not in the cards. Yeah, I think there is something about that. Have the last meals been good? Interesting. Some yes, some not so much. I Does he have a single dad? Oh, I'm in a really funky position tonight and not doing all that well with this. Um, does who have a single dad? I'm not sure. Oops. Oh. Um, yeah. You're talking about the guy who delivers my food. Oh yeah, I just made the connection. Sorry about that. Yeah, right. Wouldn't that be nice? But then again, not necessarily like father, like son. Which one did she say it was? Was it Our Time? Or was it Match? I don't remember which one she said it was. I really don't. When I did Our Time here, I don't remember. I really don't remember. Yes. Yes. Yeah. No, I think I know a lot of people, as I say, who have done extremely well and are very happy and they're in great relationships. It may just be too late for me. Our Time, it might have been Our Time. And of course, the other one that I'm on is Plenty of Fish. So, and then, I don't know. It is what it is. Oh, I think the weather's going to change, folks. I'm getting a pain in my foot and my leg. Well, at least I was able to get around. And at least today, I didn't keep sleeping in the morning. I have been feeling like I have sleeping sickness lately because there are many mornings when I get up and let the dogs out and go back to bed and get up again and let them back in and give them their breakfast and go back to bed. And I cannot get out of bed in the morning. I lose a good part of the morning, and that's so not like me. It's been raining there all day. It's been raining here a lot. I know we're supposed to have some kind of precipitation coming, but I'm not sure. Hello? I'm not sure exactly in what form, and I'm not sure when it's coming. That's wonderful, Kathy. That really is wonderful. I think it's a great thing, and as I say, it does work out. So I think it's kind of whatever is meant to be for you, whatever you're supposed to have in your life. Yeah, I think that's wonderful. It really is. Hold on. Okay. A lot of housekeeping tonight, I see. I don't know. I don't know why they're out and trolling about tonight. I really don't. There was nothing provocative in the title. Oh, here we go again. Um, so, okay, right. So I want everybody to be happy. Any new designs? I got a little bit, I don't know what you're talking about. I got a little bit down with the whole design thing because I'm having a lot of people suggest to me that I'm probably not going to make any money and that I'm wasting a lot of time and that probably not too many people will buy this stuff. So I sort of took a day off from it because it's depressing to do all of that work. Yeah, right. You know, doing all of that work and spending all of that time truly trying to come up with stuff that I would love and then thinking that nobody's going to want it anyway. So what am I doing? I'm investing so much of myself in it. Yeah, it was making me happy, but it was well, there just been a few people. I'm certainly not gonna name names. It's not about that. It's just it's hard because I really am trying to be as inventive as I know how to be within the framework of my physical situation at the moment. No, oh, I'm definitely trying it. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to try it. I just don't want to get myself so involved that it hurts more if nothing works. You know what's going to wind up happening? I'm going to buy it for myself because there are a few things here I really, really love. I love the idea of the totes. I had shown you this before. I'm definitely going to want a couple of those totes. And I think it said it holds, I don't want to say it holds up to like 25 to 40 pounds, something like that. It was something really surprising, and I could be dead wrong. There were two different totes. I definitely want a couple of the pillows for myself, but I'm not here to sell it to myself, so that's kind of silly. And this one I have to have. I love this one. I love it on the dark background, and I think that that's going to be fun for me. So, yeah, yeah, I have plenty of time for that though because it's early enough in the year and I've got loads of stuff to do. And you had seen the pillow, and and I love this pillow. I really love this pillow. It just cracks me up. So it's something that I would love to have. Isn't that great? Isn't that really great? And I thought it would be so nice to have that on the sofa or on the bed. I ex- exactly. I know that. I know. And it's funny. Somebody had told me that I know, isn't that great? I'm definitely doing more pillows because there were other things that I want to do on the pillows. And yeah, I think the totes is a good idea. And I also like the mugs, but that's a personal thing. And they have the mugs in the two different sizes. So I think that those are but once again, there is not there is not a whole lot of profit in it. So there has to be volume. So if there's not volume, then, oh, so just, I don't want, yeah, and again, I'm not, I'm not saying this so that anybody should feel that they need to get anything because I'm not like that. And I don't want anybody to get anything that they don't want to have. But I just have to really see how it plays out. I do have to get a sample order in because I just want to make sure everything I'm reading about the quality is really good. And it kind of made me laugh because, I don't know, Lauren, was it you? Somebody sent me, oh, did somebody on YouTube advertise t-shirts? Let it sit and collect residual income. Yeah, I mean, if it does, it does. But again, I have to invest my time in something that's going to actually bring me dollars to survive. Because until I can get back to work, if I can get back to work, And if there's work to get back to, because having been out of it for a long time, it's hard to pick up the pieces. It really is. So, yeah, I know, but I don't know if I can, that effort that it takes to do that, and going to the post office and packing everything up and figuring out what it's going to cost for the shipping and all of that for all that stuff. There's a lot involved. I mean, I'll do what I have to do, clearly, with everything, but yeah. Oh, so, again, I don't want to belabor it. It's just part of what I'm dealing with right now. And I'll be very happy if somebody calls me in the morning and says, "Hey, listen, could you do me a favor and come over and list my house?" That would make me the happiest. It really would. Instead of my dear friend calling me and saying to me, "I am going to list my house. Could you please tell me how much I should list it for?" And I'm doing it myself, which is what happened to me. So it is what it is. But um, yeah, I don't want to focus on all that stuff. Let us keep it on a positive note. I mean, is that funny? That is really funny. I just couldn't believe it. She's been so good to me over the years, though. I cannot complain. I sold her first house when she was pregnant with her first child. She has three children. I think one of them is, I don't know if he's in college or he's out of college already, the oldest. So I know her a long time. And I sold her the first house, and I sold her house, which was way out of area, but I sold it for her and I sold it quickly. And then I sold her a second house, and I sold the first house for her. And then I sold her a third house, and then she gave me her grandparents' house to sell. And I mean, she's been nothing but good to me over the years. She really has. I can only wish her much luck. And she's having a good time in her life now. Things are going in a good direction for her, and I'm very happy for her. It made me sad at first when I heard it, only because of the situation I'm in. But when I had a minute to stop and think about it, I said, "Isn't that wonderful for her? Good for her." So yeah. But now I just need somebody. Hi, Karen. Karen. Um, so I just hope somebody else shows up. I know, that's funny. That's really funny. And then, sometimes then they'll ask me what to price the house at. And then they won't price it at that. They'll price it at a higher price, and then it won't sell. And then ultimately it'll sell for what I told them it would sell for in the first place. And it's like, hello, this is the way it is. I mean, this is the reality of it. You're only going to get what you're going to get. You're only going to get what the market will bear. But it is what it is. You have a nice day as well, Karen. Um, so I don't know. Not too interactive tonight, folks, huh? Am I boring you to tears? Oh, okay. Okay. Good night, Sandy. Take care. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, when I'm finished with this, I want to finish uh, editing that video on the wig stuff. And I have the second half of the Meals on Wheels video to load, and I have two others, I think. Two others. So I have a lot of work to do with that stuff too. I just have to kind of get everything moving. Working tomorrow. Okay. So you have a good night too, Valley. I know they do. I know. Yeah. Yes. Yes, I am busy. And I have so much stuff to be busy with. I know, absolutely. But people think they can. And I have to tell you, my worst seller ever was my son and daughter-in-law. Worst. Because what did I know? I was only his mother. So, and they made it so hard for me to get in the house, to show the house, to do whatever. And I kept saying to them, you're making a serious mistake. You have to listen to me. So in the end, they kind of got it, but it was what it was, and it's amazing sometimes. But it has been such an incredible business for me because I have met people who have become friends over the years, people I've really cared about, people whose lives mean a lot to me, people I feel very attached to. I mean, there's a couple that I had sold a house to. They came from England, and I sold them their house. And then when they moved from here, it is hard to work with family. When they moved from here, I sold the house for them, and they bought a house in Texas. And she has told me to come move to Texas, and they did come to visit me when I first got home from the hospital. So that was kind of nice. But I really, really love them. And I never would have met them otherwise. They never would have crossed my path or I theirs. So I've been very lucky in that way. And I've been very lucky for most of the years that I've been doing this, that I've done well no matter what the market is. But things change. And I am now old school, and then all the younger people come in, and it's just different. It's just different. It's kind of like life. You move up and then you move on. It has been wonderful. It really has been wonderful. I used to feel as if I was the luckiest person on earth because I made a living at something that I love to do. And then when I started doing the staging as an auxiliary thing, it was a double gift. It really was a double gift. I just loved it. I loved doing it. I loved the effect it had on the house and the people and the sale. It was all good. Yeah, yes, yeah, it's hard. It really is. And then sometimes when you get offers on things, the seller will say to you, well, that price works fine with me as long as you don't get paid. And I'm like, right, why should that be different? Why not? So oh yeah, it definitely happens. Um, we're to Shopify. Wait a minute. Send you the links where it says you ship your inventory. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not shipping my inventory to Shopify. I don't know what you're talking about. And Poshmark, I thought that was the way it worked. But I, in fact, said many times here that I have set up a store on Poshmark, but I have not yet populated it. I just didn't do it because there were a lot of things that happened that got in the way at the time. But no, Shopify is just one way of setting up a store. There are many different ways. There are many different storefronts that you can use. Shopify is only one of them. There are lots of them. There's Big Commerce. There's what's that other one called? Woo. Um, yeah, I don't want no through Shopify. I wouldn't have to take my things to the post office because the place that prints it ships it. Um, you ship directly to the buyer with Poshmark? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I really don't have the experience with it. Again, because I was doing well with what I was doing, do they charge you for that? Coming to the house? Hi, Gina. I know that my friend who used to sell on Etsy always had to bring things to the post office. I'm sure she would have loved to have it, really. I'm sure she would have loved to have it picked up at the house. That would have made life so much easier. How do you, I don't even know how you figure out the shipping on that stuff, what it's going to cost for shipping. Poshmark takes 20%. 20%? That's a lot. You print your own postage. Yeah, I think FedEx is expensive. You ship after printing the shipping label. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is all absolutely new ground for me. I don't know. Hi, Melissa. I'm glad you are here. Glad you made it in. All shipping is $6.50? That can't be. How could that be? Wouldn't it depend upon the weight of it or where it's going? I don't know. There is a lot to figure out. And I know I'm going to make mistakes along the way. You have an OM store. What's an OM store? PM? Oh, Poshmark. Oh, okay. Do you enjoy doing it? Do you like working with Poshmark? 20% sounds like a lot for them to charge, though. A clothes mentor? I never even knew there was such a thing. Monica did a live? Last minute? Ah, ah. Oh, they only accept certain brands? Ah, close me for? Met, I'm confused. I'm not quite sure what that means. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. If they only accept certain brands anyway, that could be difficult because a lot of my stuff, I don't even know, they don't have necessarily labels, though they were very good clothes, a lot of them. I mean, I have some vintage stuff. I think I had mentioned I have a couple of silk dresses, and part of it is the shipping. Part of it is, and again, oh, Poshmark is any type. Oh, oh, okay. Because again, I mean, I've got, and then again, I get, even though, well, I've got some things that still have the tags hanging from them. Okay. But the there are things that I might have worn once or twice a long time ago, but it's been hanging in the closet, so I'm sure I'd get that dry cleaned before I sent it out. even though, I mean, it's nothing that I would have worn for a very long time. I've got some pretty pieces, some pretty blouses, and you watch a lady that goes to thrift stores. Really? Wow. Yeah. I'm sure that that can be done, no question. Yeah. There used to be a place on the North Shore that had, yeah, I would imagine 20% is a lot with purses. Yeah. There was a link, good for secondhand. Yeah. I've been watching the ones to sell on the platform that I was working on, but there's so much that goes into it, and I so wanted to make sure that I set it up right so that it worked right from the start. But then, as I say, to think that you're doing all of that work and then you're going to set it up and then maybe it's going to sit there like, like crickets. So I don't know, but I don't usually, if things get me down, I don't usually stay down for long. I usually can pretty much pick myself up and start again. And I don't remember, Lauren, are you still on? And I don't remember if it was you who sent me the link to that woman on Etsy with the vintage stuff. Was it you who sent me the woman on? Because I took a look at it and she definitely had some nice stuff. She certainly has had a lot of, they can pick up at the door. They have had, she has had a lot of sales. There's no question about that. But yeah, how do you find the stuff? How do you write it out? And she was calling stuff vintage. Now, maybe it's me, but she was calling stuff vintage from the 90s. Would you consider that vintage? Or I don't remember if the word she used was vintage, but it was like suggesting that it was really old stuff. And I'm like, that the 90s? So I don't know. Anything over 20 years old. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I definitely have things. I have a box of pipes that came from my father's store. The legal definition of vintage is vintage. Okay. Um, is 20 years. Me too. My father had a United Cigar store, and the store, God, he sold the store. Oh my, well, I mean, my father died in 1963. It is shocking, yes. So, needless to tell you, those things are old. I also have a few of the lighters that they used to have in those days, and but the pipes antique is 100 plus. Yeah, and what's the stuff in between? You can weigh your stuff on them. Chunk. That's funny. Yeah, yeah. I really should do something though with those pipes because I'm sure somebody would enjoy those. You have your grandmother's sewing machine that's over 100 years old. I think I told you the story about David and my sewing machine. Oh God, my nose. All of a sudden it's 100. Oh, okay. Um, oh, my nose is really feeling funny. Um, now I forgot what I was going to say. Wow. my hat with the bow. Yeah. Um, oh, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Um, I forgot what I was going to say though. You've been caught? Uh-oh. Oh, the sewing. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm glad you were able to get me back on track before you have to go to bed. Yeah, my beautiful curls from Gabor. Um, yeah, the sewing machines. So David did a yard sale, a garage sale, and he wound up selling my sewing machine. It was the top of the line Sears sewing machine. Well, hello there from Mexico. My top of the line Sears sewing machine in a cabinet for $11. I wanted to kill him. I really wanted to kill him. He sold something else. I think he sold a computer. I don't understand. Um, he also sold a computer for $15. There was a guy who came around a couple of times after that when David was selling stuff. I wanted to strangle him. I really wanted to strangle him. Bezos, is that kisses? Okay. Um, I really wanted to kill him, but there was this guy. He was old enough to know better at the time. I mean, he was young, but he was old enough to know better. Yes. Oh, thanks for the translation. He he had put such great prices on things that there was a guy who used to come around every time David was selling anything because he knew he was going to steal whatever it was. I'm sure he probably bought it and then went and resold it. David said to me, the goal is to get it out of here. He said, if they pay money for it, that's a good thing. What? So that's the story on that. I have watched many, many, many estate sales because in my business, that's something that we sometimes have to arrange before we can get the house ready to sell. Oh, they sure did. They sure did. I mean, they absolutely thought he was wonderful. I, on the other hand, I could not believe he did that. Yeah, I should have. I should have put a tag on him. But then again, they might have taken him away, and I wouldn't like that at all. It's only worth what somebody will pay. Oh, yeah, no question about that. That is the truth in anything. That's the truth in real estate. It's the truth in anything. However, I have no doubt that that sewing machine had far greater value than $11. That was just a number that David made up in his head. So, yeah, please. You're looking at a house? Aw, if you need any advice at any time, Gina, please ask. I'm happy to help you. If you want me to take a look at it, if you can send me let me see the MLS connection, or whether it's on Zillow or Trulia or any of the sites, and you want any advice at all, I'm happy to do it. So just let me know. It can be overwhelming. It really can. Are you working with somebody that you like? Yeah, please feel free to. Absolutely. Yeah. It's just, I mean, for me, it was just, I've done it for over 30 years, so it's something I have a great deal of familiarity with. I think it was Amazon. Right. The realtor that's selling it is the realtor you're working with? Uh-huh. Okay. Have you made an offer? Okay. Was it accepted? Okay. All right. Just, just be aware that, okay, email me tomorrow and we'll talk about it. Yeah, I'm happy to help in any way I can. Um, yeah, now I forgot where I was. Totally lost my train of thought. Okay, I'm thinking I'm going to end this because I, was that on Amazon? No, it was, oh, it might, no, I wrote you back on that. It was Walmart that I bought it. And I looked again online at the Walmart site and it's showing anything. The company was Pioneer Woman and it's the size. She had many different sizes of containers, but they all seem to be gone. I haven't heard anything, Kathy, and I'm really concerned. I rarely see her car at all, yet it was Walmart. Um, I don't think they have them anymore, though. I really don't. It was such a perfect fit. If I had only known, I would have bought a bunch of them at the time so you all could have had it, but never occurred to me that they would discontinue it, I guess foolishly, because nothing's ever guaranteed. The other thing that I liked about it, find a used one on eBay. I looked, it was perfect, and it also, the cover has a vent because you can use it in the microwave. And the fact that it had the vent, I liked. Time for some shut eye. I hear you, Kathy. Take care and have a good night. Have sweet dreams. So yes, I am going to um, what? What? Oh my Lord. I'll take a look and see if I can find it anyplace else. But I did look for a while tonight. I clicked on anything that mentioned the Pioneer Woman brand. And I don't know if they've stopped making things. I don't know if they stopped making the plastics. I don't know if there just was not a call for it anymore. Oh, good night, Gina. So I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I could not find it anymore. The dimensions, though, are so good. And for me, the most important thing is to let that bar solidify again, let it completely dry before you put it back in the container. Otherwise, it gets mushy and it's disgusting and it will actually get used up much faster. So mine is lasting me forever. Yeah, you have to dry it out. You really have to dry it out. And but doesn't it work great? I'm just so impressed with the way it works. I really have to do my brushes. They are in need at the moment of getting done, so I have to work on that. And I will get to it. I definitely will do that. So, on that note, folks, I am going to end it and I'm going to try to get the rest of my video um, edited and see if I can get it online either tonight or in the morning. Your sister got some soap too? Oh, I got a bite, like a mosquito bite. What is that? Good night, Kathy. Um, have a wonderful night, everybody. And I will try to get that other video up for tomorrow. As I say, I've got 3 or 4 that I'm waiting to put up. Thanks so much. And I will see you again. I'm glad you did too, Melissa.